Guruji spoke about the different forms of grace. The first grace is that we attain a human body. After 8.4 million different species, we finally incarnate in a human body who has the full potential to actually go on this journey. Thousands and thousands of lifetimes we circle around in samsara, getting caught up till the second grace, this longing awakens. The inner call awakens. And then the third grace, that you actually meet your Satguru who will guide you to the final destination. Most of the people who are here, they kind of see this as a normal thing, but it's not such a normal thing. You just need to speak with somebody on the road and you will see that it is not the most normal thing that you even have a certain longing. If you tell somebody about your longing from your heart, many people will not know what you're talking about because it's just not there, or at least not conscious, isn't it? So these are all graces. If this grace has been bestowed on us, the grace of having a human body, the grace of having this longing awakened, and finally, the grace of having met our Satguru, then we should use this opportunity to the utmost we can. Because like he says, it's this sincere call what the Master waits for. He waits for the sincere call from our heart. Once the sincere call is made, he comes and takes us. It's like when Krishna was in Gokul, he didn't visit the houses of the people there unless he was invited. Once he was invited, though, he felt like at home. Once you invite him, he comes whenever he wants because it is his home. The same way, if we open up and invite God, invite Guruji into our life, then he will come. But first we have to open up and make this invitation clear. Because he waits for this sincere call of the soul. The Atma which we all are. We are Atma, the Atma is Sat Chit Ananda. We all know that. Existence of conscious bliss. Everlasting existence of conscious bliss. And if you look, everything what we do in life is an expression of Satchidananda, a conditioned expression of Satchidananda. Our whole life, we are seeking pleasures. The whole looking for joy in this world, be it through food, be it through sex, be it through whatever sense pleasures, is a conditioned way of fulfilling Ananda. It is driven by that essence that we are Ananda. The continuous driving of human beings, of increasing their awareness, the knowledge, the investigation, to know how the things were to investigate in this world, in the universe, wanting to understand, is a conditioned expression of Chit, consciousness. The constant striving of name and fame, keeping the bloodline, making children and having the name engraved somewhere, is a conditioned expression of Sat, I need to exist, like the mere thing, I exist. But they're all conditioned ways of expressing Satchitananda, and they will never lead to fulfillment, because unless we attain Satchitananda, or better, we realize the essence of who we are, which is Satchitananda, we will never be satisfied. So as long as we stay in that material conditioned concept, we will never find true fulfillment and happiness. And we all look for fulfillment and happiness. Guruji speaks about that. That is what we have to do. But like the Bhagavad Gita says, like the fire is evolved by fire, by smoke, like the fire is evolved by smoke, like the mirror is covered by dust, like the embryo is covered by the amnion, so this world is covered by desires. Because of our desires, which are again related with our ego identification, attachments, because of all of this, we don't experience who we truly are. And we might even get lost in the cycle again. Like he said yesterday many times, people have Alzheimer. People tend to have Alzheimer. He didn't mean necessarily Alzheimer as Alzheimer we know, where people get forgetful in the material world. He means getting forgetful about maybe that longing which has awakened, the experiences which you have, and again you get lost into something. You don't value the opportunity, we don't take the opportunity which we are given and actually invest into that. There's different things what he has said, some quotes just by listening into today. He said today, for example, many lifetimes we work to get to this point where we have attained this grace of being in the presence of the Satguru. Appreciate and make something out of it. Make a leap of faith. Don't waste it. When will you say enough is enough and actually dive in and make it the highest priority? But the tendency is always, the mind will say, the Atma is eternal. We have time. Tomorrow. No, don't waste the opportunity. Don't waste the time. He says, easy solutions are not for bhaktas. The life of a devotee, the life of a seeker is a tough life. But like Krishna says in the Gita, Yoga Kshemam Yaham Yaham, I will guide you through all difficulties. He doesn't say you will be free of difficulties. No, I guide you through all difficulties. That's different. And through those difficulties, you become stronger. Surrender and prem will happen automatically. If you surrender, then if you live this life, automatically this love will awaken, this awareness will awaken. Don't lose the golden opportunity which you have attained after countless life. Don't waste any moment in human life. Use every opportunity in human life to grow spiritual for the devotee. In every action they think about God and they think about their Satguru. Everything is dedicated to that highest goal. Don't waste time, don't waste the opportunity, do something about it. He keeps on stressing it, and it's interesting because you sit down there, or you watch the video, at least when I'm sitting down there, you hear then everybody's Prem se bolo Satguru Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai, and the hall is filled with joy and everybody is like pumped up. Yes, Jai, hail to this truth, hail to our Guru. How lucky we are, we found our path, how lucky we are. And what are we going to do about it? Is it just in that moment, Jai, but then when really the need is there to do something about it, we don't do something about it? I give you an example. There was a lady who asked Guruji what to do from a certain country. And Guruji said, go and live near the ashram to support the ashram. Okay, the lady said. So time passed and person is in the Guru Gita, Jai, no? Satguru Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Everything what he says, Jai, yes, dedicate your life to that. Go and live near to the ashram. Now what happens, that ashram needs suddenly, urgently help for something, for a certain period. And thinks, oh, that person, Guruji gave the instruction to go to live near the ashram to sort out the new life. Now you approach that person and say, would you like to come to the ashram for a certain time to help in the ashram? And in the meantime, you can sort out your things and find a place around and all those things. And the answer is what? Let me think about it. I feel it's not the time yet. What else was it? I need my own timing. I can't do it now. It's too much for me right now. To me, it seems quite obvious. Guruji gives an instruction, and then he creates bahana. He creates a circumstance that you can actually dive deeper and serve and live up to that J and to this knowledge and to these teachings. But when the moment is there, I'm not sure how much I want to invest, how much I want to do. What am I ready to give? How much service am I ready to give to my guru and the mission? How much financial support am I ready to give to my guru and the mission? How much am I ready to really dive in and trust and give and live for that opportunity? When it comes to something concrete, how much are we really ready for it? Don't lose the opportunity, because otherwise it just stays nice words and a nice idea, and we feel, oh, we are so special because we are living with the Satguru. We are the lucky ones. But Guruji keeps on saying, after 2 weeks you walk out and nothing changes, then what's the point? Don't miss this opportunity, because the opportunities are not coming every time. The opportunity is related with overcoming our fears. Fear which is always related with attachment. If you're attached to your money, you will be afraid of losing it. If you're attached to your relatives, you will be afraid of losing them. If you're attached to anything, you will be afraid of missing it. But he wants us to be free. Free from attachment, free from fear, because only then we are truly there where we are supposed to be. Or we really become who we are when we are free of attachments and fears. But we have to make a leap of faith. Take the opportunity. Try at least your part. He said today, you don't need to do everything I tell you, but try at least your best. Make steps. It's somehow like when you study a lifelong for a certain subject. You have studied a lifelong to become an architect. And now you have a great degree, you have worked so hard, now you can have a great job, but instead of using what you have worked for, you throw it away and you do something else. That would be stupid somehow. Or you worked a whole lifelong to build up a business which gives you certain freedoms, and then you just throw everything away. The same way, we have worked so many lifetimes for what we have right now. Don't waste the opportunity. And I saw it. You see, this punya is also what we have worked for is not untouchable. I remember a god brother who many times Guruji told him certain instructions, and he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He didn't follow the adesh and actually did even the opposite, harming. And Guruji was still giving chances till there came the moment where he said, just that you know, also the punya is like a bank account. Also the merit which you have to be on this path, the merit which you have to be in service, the merit which you have to be in the presence of the Satguru, is a limited one. And then he looked at that person and said, and I'm just telling you, yours is about to run out. And that was the moment where he was like, uh-oh. Because if you get one chance and then you get another one and then another one, there comes the point where you think like, doesn't matter. Anyway, there's no consequences to my actions, isn't it? I spoke yesterday with a God brother, and it was really nice because he changed a lot in the last time. And I told him, brother, what happened? You changed a lot in a positive sense. And he said like, yes, I messed up. I said, oh, you messed up. What happened? I had a dream with Guruji and he gave me a clear instruction in my dream. And shortly after, I did exactly the opposite of what he instructed me. I did everything what I shouldn't have done. And when I looked back, I remembered the dream and I was like, oh my God. And in that dream, he was clearly saying, your door of opportunity is about to be closed. That's why behave like this. Take the chance while you have it. Because your door of opportunity is about to close. And when he noticed that he made exactly that mistake, which Guruji has warned him in a dream, he felt deep repentance. And he went to Guruji, he told him everything. And that made a change in him. Because in that moment, he actually felt again this connection with here. He looked at me and he said, I don't know, maybe the opportunity is gone. But if I miss this opportunity, then I might as well go in a cave and work for the opportunity to come back. And I looked at him and was like, wow, you're thinking of going in a cave and working for that grace, what you have had? That person was in a mindset before, completely somewhere else, enjoying the world and Guruji, the spiritual path, God. I wanted to be primary, but it always was secondary. And suddenly it became primary. He said, even if my door is being closed, I will do now everything to get back to this place. Because he felt again, this opportunity, if I miss this, if I throw away this gift, I throw away a lot of value. And it felt real when he said it. And it was beautiful to see, because that is when the sincerity really awakens. And that sincerity we often forget because Guruji gives the things so casually. He gives without making a big fuss. He just gives and gives because probably we all have the punya for it. We all deserve it, or it is His grace. But we should take the chance now while we have the opportunity. Because it won't last forever. The window will close at some point. The punya will be finished at some point. And in that moment, the awareness will become less. The joy will be less. Satchitananda, the awareness of who you truly are, will become less instead of more. And that is not what this path is about. So even if it's not the easiest path, the devotee doesn't look for the easiest path. He looks for one thing alone, and he knows that he is always guided and protected, and he has a clear priority, and that this life is a great opportunity which we will not miss. Jai Gurudev.